This is Dr. Mahesh Kalyan Shetty, Associate Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. In this session, we will discuss about the soil compaction, where we will focus on the introductory part. The learning outcome will be, at the end of this session, students will be able to describe the compaction of soil and its associated properties. The soil compaction is a process by which soil particles are artificially rearranged and packed together into a state of closer contact by mechanical means in order to decrease the porosity and thereby increase the dry density. So, the compaction process actually is responsible for increase in the dry density of the soil, which has been achieved by decreasing the porosity. Then the compaction is usually achieved by dynamic means such as tamping, rolling or vibration. So, these are certain means which we use to achieve the compaction. And exclusively in the compaction, the expulsion of air void takes place. So, the process of compaction involves the expulsion of air only. The degree of compaction is characterized by its dry density, and these are the factors responsible for the degree of compaction. So, the degree of compaction depends upon a moisture content present in the soil mass, then the compacting energy which you are applying, and the nature of the soil. A change in the moisture content or compacting energy brings about a change in density. Thus, for compaction of soil, a certain amount of water and a certain predetermined amount of rolling is necessary. So, therefore, for a compaction process to happen, there shall be certain amount of moisture or certain amount of water present in the soil mass, and there has to be a certain amount of compacting energy as well. The effect of compaction. So, what will happen when the soil compaction takes place? The compaction increases the dry density of the soil and thus increases the shear strength and bearing capacity through an increase in the frictional characteristics. So, this is a significant improvement in the quality of the soil is been achieved, such as increase in the shear strength and subsequently increase in the bearing capacity is possible due to the compaction. Then the compaction decreases the tendency for settlement of the soil. So, indirectly, since the soil is densified, the settlement of the soil mass is minimum possible. And also due to the compaction, permeability of the soil will get reduced. So, before we proceed further, let us take the review questions based on the earlier discussion. The first question is, the process of compaction involves, 4 options are given. Second question, the compaction increases 1. Porosity, 2. Bearing capacity, 3. Shear strength, 4. Water content. Out of the above option, 4 options are again given, you have to select. So, take a pause, answer this and resume the video. These are the answers. The process of compaction involves expulsion of air only. So, in this process only air present in the soil mass will get expelled out. The compaction increases both shear strength and bearing capacity, because the shear strength increases means subsequently the bearing capacity also increases. Therefore, 2 and 3 are correct. So, option B is the correct one. So, the compaction phenomena can be completely explained here. First of all, the compaction process has been discussed by Proctor 1933, and he showed that there exists a definite relationship between the soil moisture content and the dry density on compaction. And for a specific amount of compacting energy, there exists certain relationship. So there is a particular moisture content at which a particular soil attains its maximum dry density. So this has been put forward by Proctor in 1933, and this whole compaction process can be explained with the help of this figure. So at the extreme left we can see a soil wherein we have all the three components present: solid, air and water, and which has been represented systematically in three-phase system. So here at the first trial there exists air, water and solid, and when it is been compacted by adding some water, then the volume of the soil will get reduced, and since the mass increases, the volume reduces, therefore the density increases. Therefore the point, you can see the second point will be moving upward, right hand side. Then again further, due to the compaction, addition of water and subsequent compaction will take place, therefore the air will get released and the mass will increase. So mass increases, the volume decreases, therefore the density increases, and of course the moisture content goes on increasing as we are adding water in all the trials. So therefore number 3, subsequently the corresponding point will be shown here. And after that, if you increase the water content and if you compact the soil, then the densification doesn't take place because there is no space at all to occupy the extra water. Therefore the volume of the soil increases and the density decreases. Therefore the subsequent point 4 here, we can see that the density drops down but the water content still increases, and subsequently again if I go for addition of water and compaction, the volume again goes on increasing and the density starts reducing. So this is how the density goes on increasing up to some specific water content, and thereafter it starts reducing, and this particular phenomena, compaction phenomena, can be explained here with the help of this curve, which we call it as compaction curve. Further, we can also draw a zero air wide line once we get the curve, and this zero air wide line is a line which shows the water content and dry density relation for the compacted soil containing a constant percentage of air weights, and can be established from this relationship. So the pink line here shows the relationship between the water content and the dry density for a constant air wide. So here it is specifically shown for zero air wide, and when I say a zero air wide, it means that it is 100% saturated soil. So such kind of many lines can be drawn. So this line is a zero air wide line. In the same way, we can plot the line corresponding to 10%, 20% like this. These are the factors which affect the compaction: water content of soil, amount of compaction, then the type of soil, then the compacting energy is also responsible. Method of compaction also plays the role. Thickness of the layer, if you have a smaller thickness, naturally the compaction will be achieved quickly, and whether we use admixtures or not, that also affects on the compaction process. So these are the references used for the presentation. Thank you.